One forum expert warned that if you push IS350 wheels out too far, quote, "One day you will bend your fender." And that's just the beginning of what can go wrong. The Lexus IS350 has one of the narrowest platforms in its class, which means wheel fitment has less margin for error than on rival sedans. Get it wrong and you're looking at rubbing, poor handling, or damaged fenders. Get it right? You transform your IS into something special. Today, I'm breaking down everything from OEM specs to the most aggressive setups that actually work. We'll cover the exact measurements that separate a perfect flush fitment from a $15,000 mistake. And yes, I'll show you real builds with their exact specs so you can copy what works. Let's start with the constants. Every IS350 ever made uses a 5x1 14.3mm bolt pattern with a 60.1mm hub bore. That's your foundation. Stock wheels ranged from 17x8 plus 45 all the way up to 19x9.5 plus 50 on newer F Sports. The key number here, that offset. Stock IS350s run between plus 32 and plus 53mm offset, which keeps the wheels tucked inside the fenders with plenty of clearance for snow chains and suspension travel. For second-generation IS350s from 2006 to 2013, you're looking at 17x8 plus 45 or 18x8 plus 45 up front. The rears on sport models got 18x8.5 plus 50. Tire sizes? 225/40, R17 front, 245/40, R17. Rear on base models. The 18-inch Sport package ran 225/40, R18 front, and 255/40, R18 rear. All-wheel drive models kept it square with 225/45 ER17 all around. Third-generation cars from 2014 to 2020 stepped it up. Base models still got 17s, but F Sports came standard with 18x8 plus 45 front and 18x8.5 plus 50 rear. By 2021, all F Sports got 19-inch forged BBS wheels, 19x8.5 front and 19x9.5 rear. Those run 235/40 R19 front and 265/35 R19 rear tires from the factory. Now here's where it gets interesting. The most popular aftermarket setup is a staggered 19-inch combo that fills the fenders without any modifications. We're talking 19x8.5 plus 35 in front, 19x9.5 plus 35 to 38 in rear. Pair that with two 35/35 R19 front tires and two 65/30 R19 rears, and you get what enthusiasts call a flush fitment. The wheel faces sit nearly flush with the fender lips, eliminating that sunken factory look. One real-world example. An IS owner upgraded to work Emotion Kiwami wheels in 19x8.5 plus 45 front and 19x9.5 plus 38 rear. This bolt-on setup required 0 fender modifications and is even compatible with all-wheel drive. Threepiece.us documented this exact build in their fitment guide. Popular wheels for this setup include the NK Rygen, TSW, Rohana, and Advan brands. Offsets between plus 30 and plus 40 on a 9.5-inch rear wheel typically sit the outer lip near flush with the rear fender. Some owners prefer a square setup, same wheel and tire size on all 4 corners. Common choices are 18x9 or 18x9.5 all around, or 19x9.5 all around, with two 55/35 tires. One popular fitment is 18x9 plus 35, with two 55/35 R18 tires on all 4 wheels. This generally fits with minimal fuss, often just a slight front fender liner push, or very mild negative camber is enough. For the show car crowd, 20-inch wheels are the go-to. We're talking 20x9.5 plus 32 front and 20x10.5 plus 20 rear. But here's the catch. This requires serious modifications. One IS350F Sport on air suspension ran Vossen VWS 3 wheels with stretched 225/30 R20 front and 245/30 R20 rear tires. That plus 20 offset in the rear pushes the wheel out 25mm more than stock. You absolutely need rolled or pulled fenders and negative camber to make this work. So how aggressive can you actually go? Without any modifications, the IS350 safely handles about 9.5 inches wide with plus 38 offset in back on a 265 tire. Up front, 8.5 to 9 inches with plus 35 to 40 offset on a 235 tire. This gives you a flush appearance without rubbing. Want to go beyond that? You'll need to start modifying. The front fitment limit is about 65 millimeters from the hub mounting surface to avoid fender contact. An 8.5-inch wheel at plus 45 has an outer position of 63 millimeters. That's fine. But the same width at plus 35 sits at 73 millimeters. That will likely hit without help. 9.5-inch wide front wheels require significant negative camber and possibly rolling the fender lips flat, especially if lowered. In the rear, you can push further. Without fender work, 9.5 inches wide is typically maxed with offsets in the high 30s or low 40s. One owner reported that with 19 by 9.5 plus 40 and 265/30 tires on lowering springs, the rears would rub on big dips. Drop the offset to plus 35 and it gets worse. The solution? Either reduce tire width or add negative camber. Another owner ran 19 by 9.5 plus 35 with a stretched 255/30 tire and 3 degrees of negative camber. No rubbing. With rolled fenders, you gain crucial millimeters. A 19 by 10 plus 45 fits quote. Just fine in the rear, but 19 by 10 plus 22 would absolutely stick out too far. That 23 millimeter offset difference shows how sensitive the IS can be. Generally, with rolled fenders, you can push the rear outer lip to about 68 to 70 millimeters from stock position before contact. Some stance builds have fit 19 by 10.5-inch wheels in back, with offsets in the mid-30s after folding fender lips and dialing in camber. One owner on Swift Springs fit 19 by 10.5 with 275/30 R19 in the rear with no rubbing and no major fender work, likely because the offset was moderate and natural camber from lowering helped tuck it in. Now let's talk tires. For street performance, the gold standard is the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S. In sizes like 235/35 R19 or 265/35 R19, it offers outstanding traction and reasonable tread life. Other excellent options include the Continental Extreme Contact Sport, Bridgestone Potenza Sport, and Goodyear Eagle F1 Supercar 3. These typically have U-Torque G ratings around 300. On a budget, the Firestone Firehawk Indy 500 and Hankook. Ventus V12 EVO2 are popular choices. They don't quite match the Michelin in absolute grip, but offer great bang for buck. For track use, consider 200 treadwear tires like the Bridgestone RE71 RS, Yokohama Advan Aero 52, or Falcon Asinus RT660. These wear faster, maybe 8 to 12,000 miles, but the grip increase is significant. For all-season use, the Michelin Pilot Sport. All-Season 4 is top choice. It has near-summer tire grip in dry conditions with solid wet performance and works in cold weather. The Continental Extreme Contact DWS EO6 Plus is another strong contender. Remember to keep front and rear diameters close, especially on all-wheel drive models. You want less than 1 to 2% difference in circumference. Sometimes you need spacers to dial in perfect fitment. A spacer effectively reduces wheel offset. A 15mm spacer turns a plus 50 offset into plus 35. They're commonly used if wheels sit too far in or if you need brake clearance. For spacers under 5mm, you can usually keep stock studs. Go thicker, and you'll need extended studs or bolt-on spacers with their own studs. Quality matters with spacers. Brands like H&R, Eibach, and Ichiba make vehicle-specific spacers with the correct 60.1mm hub bore for the IS350. Always use hub-centric spacers, never generic flat discs that rely only on lug nuts for centering. That's a recipe for vibration at highway speeds. Lowering changes everything. When you drop an IS350 with springs or coilovers, suspension compresses closer to bump stops. A wheel that cleared fine at stock height might rub when sitting 1 to 2 inches lower. But there's good news. Lowering adds negative camber, especially in rear. The multi-link suspension naturally tilts wheels inward as it compresses, which actually helps with fender clearance. Coilovers often increase inner clearance because they have narrower springs than stock. This can let you run slightly wider wheels or more aggressive offsets inside. A coilover-equipped IS350 running 18 by 9.5 plus 38 with 265s all around can be dialed in to not rub with about 2.5 degrees front camber and 2 degrees rear on a 1.5-inch drop. Now the mistakes to avoid. Number 1. Wrong hub bore with no rings. The IS350 hub is 60.1 millimeters. Many aftermarket wheels have larger bores like 73.1. Without hub-centric rings, you'll get vibration. This $15 fix saves you from steering wheel shake at highway speeds. Mistake 2. Incorrect offsets. An 8-inch wheel with plus 60 offset would sit so far inside it could hit suspension. A 9-inch with plus 15 would stick out past the fender. Use an offset calculator before buying. If it says poke out 30 millimeters more than stock, that's over an inch. Huge red flag. Anything under 15 millimeter difference can usually be managed. Mistake 3. Overly stretched tires. Mild stretch like a 235 on 9.5-inch wheel can help clearance. But extreme stretch like 225 on 10.5 is dangerous. You risk the tire bead unseating, reduced load capacity, and poor sidewall stability. On a 3,500-pound IS350, that's not a risk worth taking. Don't forget brake clearance either. Some wheel designs, especially flat-faced or shallow-spoke wheels, can hit the caliper even if diameter is sufficient. The IS350 has large 4-piston front calipers, and F-Sports have Brembos. Always verify your wheel clears. Multi-spoke designs like Ray's Graham lights usually have good clearance. So where should you buy? Threepiece.us specializes in custom wheels and they're true fitment experts for the IS350. They've compiled real owner data and can advise down to the millimeter on what offset to choose. Want 19 by 9.5 plus 33 for that perfect flush look? They can build it. They even accommodate brake clearance and future mod plans. Beyond custom wheels, Threepiece carries high-end brands like Volk Racing, Work Wheels, SSR, and BBS. They'll tell you exactly which offset to pick, like suggesting the Work Emotion 19 by 9.5 plus 38 instead of plus 25 for your IS350, explaining that plus 38 is plug and play, while plus 25 would poke out requiring fender work. Let me show you some real builds. Example 1. 2017 IS350 on NKTS 9 wheels, 18 by 8 plus 35 front and rear with stock tire sizes. This mild upgrade pushes wheels out 10 to 15 millimeters versus OEM. Result? Visibly more flush, zero rubbing, no modifications needed. Perfect OEM plus setup. Example 2, 2015 IS350 F Sport all-wheel drive on Work Emotion Kiwami. 19 by 8.5 plus 45 front. 19 by 9.5 plus 38 rear. 225/35 front. 265/30 rear tires. This maintains nearly identical rolling diameters for all-wheel drive compatibility. Flush stance, bolt-on fitment, no fender work, no extra camber, no rubbing even on big dips. Example 3 gets aggressive. Bagged IS350 on SSR VSXX wheels. 19 by 9.5 plus 34 front. 19 by 10.5 plus 40 rear. When aired out, wheel lips sit right at fender edges. It does rub when fully lowered but clears at ride height. Rear fenders are rolled, running about 3 degrees negative camber when slammed. This shows what it takes for true stance fitment. Example 4 pushes static limits. IS350 on RSR Superdown springs with Avant-Garde. M550 wheels. 19 by 8.5 plus 35 front, standard. But 19 by 9.5 plus 20 rear? That's aggressive. The low offset gives deep concave face and sits flush without spacers. Likely has rolled rear lips and some camber, but achieves that aggressive stance on a static drop. So what's the total investment for proper IS350 wheel fitment? Entry-level cast wheels start around $1,000. Quality flow-formed wheels run $1,500 to $2,500. Custom forged wheels from Three-Piece? $4,000 plus, but you get exactly what you want. Add tires. Budget for another $800 to $1,500 depending on brand and size. Spacers if needed, $50 to $200. Fender rolling, $200 to $400 if you pay a shop. For most owners, the sweet spot is that 19-inch staggered setup. 8.5 plus 35 front, 9.5 plus 35 to 38 rear. It transforms the car's stance without requiring any modifications. You're looking at about $3,000 total with quality wheels and tires. Want to go more aggressive? Budget for suspension, fender work, and alignment. The extreme builds can hit $5,000 to $7,000 all in. The key takeaway? Knowledge prevents expensive mistakes. Stick to 5x1 14.3 bolt pattern, 60.1mm hub bore. Stay within proven offset ranges, plus 20 to plus 50 depending on width. Use hub rings when needed. Choose quality tires that match your driving style. And when in doubt, consult fitment experts who've done this before. Remember, measure twice, buy once. There's nothing like seeing your IS350 sitting perfectly on wheels that fit just right. Whether you want that subtle OEM plus look or an aggressive stance that turns every head, now you have the knowledge to make it happen without costly mistakes. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more no BS mod guides. Drop a comment with your IS350 wheel setup or questions. And if you're ready to pull the trigger on custom wheels, check out threepiece.us. They'll make sure you get it right the first time. Until next time, keep those fitments flush and those fenders intact.